Hi everybody, we are back with the second part of my Web of Shadows Let's Play. I hope you guys are all enjoying the movie right now. Again, we're not going to be doing spoilers. This is just me finally playing a Spider-Man game this year and celebrating the release of that awesome movie. But one of the things I'm going to definitely get into as we play this game is how awesome the Traversal is. There are like so many mechanics to the Traversal actually, and a lot of them the game doesn't even tell you about. But we'll get more and more into that as we go. Right now, I want to introduce you all to the best ability in this game.
Way to expand your mind, Spidey. Now don't forget that spider sense will always give you the advantage.
It has saved me countless times in the past.
I've been watching you fight. You got tons of potential, but no skills.
Wait a sec. You said before that I had unique skills.
What is this, Marvel Togon?
I mean, you going toe-to-toe with everybody. With your speed, you should be coming in quick and getting out.
How do you mean?
I can train you if you're willing to learn.
All right, let's do it.
What's crazy is Luke Cage thought of this, but not Spider-Man himself.
Now come at me from there, hard as you can.
Alright, so remember how I explained in all my other previous Spider-Man games how the Insomniac games take aspects from all previous 3D Spider-Man games and incorporate the best parts of them into theirs? Well, this game is where they took web strikes from.
Good, just like that.
Now you remember this move in the Insomniac games. You use the web strike to close in on enemies that are super far away. You would triangle to close the distance, and then you would start unleashing your square attacks. So there's no follow-ups to the web strike move.
Got some moves, I get that.
Yeah, there's no immediate follow-ups to the web strike.
Let's go.
In this game, the web strike is a core mechanic of the game. Alright, now I gotta learn about aborting. Because not only will this move be essential for several boss fights and several parts of the game itself, but
go.
Just
take it easy.
I lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. I'm having fun here. All right, now I gotta learn about over countering.
Save it for the bad guys. Ooh. Ready? Go.
He got me.
Go for it.
And apparently, Luke Cage, Mr. T, because he loves saying fool.
Too late. Ready? Go.
I love how I was able to get it the first time, and now the slow-mo's messing up.
What was that?
Ow.
Do it again.
Okay, what did I do the first time that made it so easy?
You too late, fool. Ready?
Is it wait a minute. Hold on. I think I'm waiting.
Denied. Too late. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm hitting it too early. That's what's going on. You really gotta let me get close.
You too late, fool.
But then he still punches you away.
Denied. Too late. Go for it.
I'm pressing it, guys. That's what's crazy. How was I able to nail it the very first try I tried it? And now when I'm trying to do it again, it's not just working. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. There we go. I'm like, what the heck?
Okay. You're doing good against me.
I hate dumb shit like that. I did it perfectly the first time. And then it wants to struggle every other fucking time. Okay. Now that I finally have that move, I can actually start working on upgrading it. And here we get to the ally system. Alright. This is one of the other cool parts about this game. There is a good and a bad ending. Throughout the game story, you're going to get several different opportunities to be good or bad. And depending on what choice you make, will obviously determine what story you get, will also determine what kind of missions you get, and will determine what allies you can summon. So since I am going on the hero path, I will be able to summon Luke Cage to the battlefield. The second I go into the evil side, he will no longer be available, and I will only have access to evil allies. and vice versa. I can't use any evil allies if I'm in the good category. But now that I have the web strike, I have to go around and find people to web strike. And hold on, actually, let me check my skill. Oh, come on! I can't upgrade it yet. Dang it. I gotta wait until I progress further in the story. I want to go crazy with this thing, but I can't yet. But yeah, the other crazy thing about this move is that you can do it back to back. Like, the second you're finished with the animation, you can go right into another one. And once you get really good with the timing, you can take out a whole crowd of enemies without having to touch the ground once. And mind you, I'm just using the basic version of the web strike. I haven't unlocked any of the follow-up moves. Yeah, I was trying to do one of the follow-ups. Because normally you just press Y, and then Y right as you touch them to, you know, bounce off their heads. And you will see how useful this move is, because there are plenty of enemies in this game that fly through the air. And this move basically makes that a non-issue. Look at that. Alright, that was super easy. And I am going to do the side objectives, but that's going to be stuff I'm going to be doing off screen. I don't want to bother you guys. Well, bother. But I want to bore you guys with just watching me do side mission. I want you guys to be around when I'm doing story stuff. Yeah, look at that. All those little circles on the minimap are just clusters of gangs I can take on. But I will stop and pick up any of these spider tokens. Well, let me get into the traversal real quick as I'm going on. So, it works like any other Spider-Man game. You hold down the left trigger. You hold down the right trigger to do a spider swing. And as long as you hold down the button, Peter will hold on to the web line. Now, when you are running and you're trying to do a web swing, if you tap the web swing button, Peter will go into a somersault if there are no buildings around. And if there are, he'll go into a double web zip. And then you can start swinging from here. You can double tap and he'll do a web zip. If you hold down the left bumper, he will attach himself to any pole or any wall that he's nearby. And you can swing off and detach by just letting go of the bumper. Those are just the basic things. I got more to tell you in a bit.
Nice going, Spidey. That web stuff is working for you.
It is sort of my trademark.
Oh, let me check the timer real quick. Alright, we're good. Because the next few,
Nice going, Spidey.
It is sort of my trade.
Well, it's also sort of weird, but it's working. For you.
Thanks, I think.
But this whole part is just going to be training us on how to use the web strike
Y'all ready for
move.
some more?
Bring it on.
Because I've already demonstrated the intended use of it. Bouncing from enemy to enemy without touching the ground. That is, you know, that is the litmus test for mastery of the move. And we're going to see it right now.
You have the perfect skill for stopping the extortion racket these gangs have been running.
I do?
These thugs will stand in front of every door on the street, intimidating the good folks that live there into paying protection money.
Now that's just mean.
But you could use your speed to
Doesn't
hit
matter.
one after another, jumping from one guy to the next.
I'll give it a try.
Well, you can start right here with these fools. Hit them in a chain of those web attacks.
And think about how satisfying this is once I get stronger and stronger. Like, bouncing from enemy to enemy just gets so satisfying. Especially when we're in the air.
I knew you could do it. I got another group for you.
And thankfully,
where.
taking out
This is a
enemies
bigger
in these
Remember to
in these
keep your
missions
momentum.
also count towards the
Keep
side objectives.
moving.
Oh, I'll momentum them right into next week.
It can get a little tricky here because the slowdown will activate randomly and mess up your timing. Oh, we got this. You can't tell me this isn't satisfying. And I completed a side mission.
That is working. Another group just showed up. 7 of them this time.
Do these knuckleheads try this racket all day and night?
Pretty much, yeah. Now get the drop on them. They know you there, they'll bolt.
Thankfully, these guys aren't combat capable enough to think of counterattacks. But seriously, this is fun. This is what made me want to finish this game and master this game. This mechanic is too fun. Look at that.
Spidey, you might be the answer to my problems. With all this pressure on the gangs, maybe the good folks around here can take back the streets.
We need a more permanent solution. All we've done is push them out for a day.
Too true.
Yeah.
We need a deal. We need a parlay with the leaders.
How are we gonna pull that off without them killing each other?
These
Great
guys'
question.
lives revolve around reputations and who did what to whom or for whom. Simple. Do them a favor.
You're kidding, right? These guys are like public enemy number 1 and 2.
The Park Avenues are going to try and take out the leader of the Rolling Sevens. Follow the cars on the way to make the hit, stop them, and the Sevens will owe you.
As long as it's just a favor. I don't want to become an honorary member or new chief thug or anything.
Oh yeah, I remember this mission. Okay. We gotta do all this Luke Cage stuff before we even get to the symbiote invasion. Which is fine. This is a nice... Yes! Okay, now we get some upgrades. Okay, so one of them is the throw. This is one of the follow-ups you can do. So instead of hitting Y right after, if I hit the B button, I'll chuck them. And then the other follow-up is X. And as you see, this one can get upgraded. Alright, this is the best part. So, the Web Strike Crush. After you press the X button and do the Crush move, you have follow attacks that you can do. By pressing X, Y, B, and A. And then once the sequence is over, Peter will end it with a massive slam attack. So, this is the biggest reason why this move is so awesome. And again, there's a reason why the bouncing itself we can't even upgrade yet. Because once you upgrade to level 3, any base enemy, like all the basic mooks, will be killed with a single web strike. That's how broken it gets. So, yeah, we're gonna have some fun. I will upgrade the black suit eventually. Don't worry. I'm not gonna neglect it, because I do like playing with it. Even though it does give me black points. Interesting. They made a old Roxxon gas station as their hideout. Man, even back in, what, 2008, they were using Roxxon for stuff. Alright, so we gotta take out the cars. The game wants you to swing kick into the cars, or jump on top of the cars and hit the X button. But I like to do the web strike method. Because the game doesn't tell you can just do this. Where do you think you're going? Oh my god, one of them's getting dragged underneath the car. There we go. Honestly, that's way more effective because you saw the gas station's health. They drain that gas station's health fast. Like, if you allow them to do one full circle around the gas station, it's basically gonna get nuked. So, as I said, you can try to go with the methods the game recommended, but I would just web strike them. Far easier. It looked a little chaotic, but it worked. Let me check the timer again. Sorry about that, folks. The web strike training takes up, like, the next few missions, so I wanted to try to get all parts of it in here. Oh, but we can talk about Luke Cage's origin story real quick.
So, how did you get in this whole superhero business anyway?
Even though if we've all watched the Netflix show, we all know the origin. The Netflix show pretty much nailed it.
Story. I got accused of some stuff I didn't do. I tried to buy my freedom by agreeing to some sketchy experiments. Next thing you know, I got unbreakable skin and super strength.
I got bitten by a spider.
No.
Yeah.
And you named yourself Spider-Man. Cool.
As a kid, sounded cool at the time. I still like it.
Luke,
So you were a kid.
why are you being an
What's
asshole?
the excuse with that costume?
Why does
Then
everybody
we
talk crap about my costume?
It's
classic.
classic.
It's
It's iconic.
I was unaware that one of Iconic's definition was
Ugly as hell.
This coming from the
Yeah.
man that used to run around in a yellow puffy shirt with the little silver tiara and his afro?
Yes, he's bringing up the old 70s costume. Yes, you did used to dress like
just
that.
like you right now don't get to talk about how I used to dress.
Still, you wore a tiara.
It was a headband. A headband.
Even all these years later, his dialogue is so hilarious.
Good to see you, Spidey. I've been thinking about your unique fighting skills.
Of course you have. They're awesome.
Yes, indeed. Now, you know you could use your webs to swing into a large group of enemies and take them out with one single kick.
So yeah,
Let's find
web
a nice clump of thugs.
swing kicks.
And I'll give it a shot.
All right. This corner is infamous for gang trouble.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Get a runner start to swing, then take them out with one big swinging kick. Now, if they spot you, they're gonna try to run, so be fast.
I mean, don't get me wrong, swing kicks are still cool, but not as cool as web strikes. I did that kick way too early, but it still nailed them.
That is working for you, Spidey. Think you can do it
at the-
again?
But
Look
of
at-
course.
It was
Good.
okay. For a second,
Have
it
another
was
bunch of
hovering right
hoods.
over Luke's head.
Looks like they have a lookout this time.
It's just
so
behind
take 'em
them.
out fast.
Okay. So before I do that, let me take that logo. Logo, it's a symbol. Ooh. Okay. That's so easy because you can just lock onto one of them, and because Spider-Man has such a big hitbox, he's gonna hit all three.
All right. Now, this is a big group, and they have more than one lookout. Just move fast and aim that swing carefully, and you should be able to take them all out in one shot.
Yeah, like Luke said, you just gotta aim the swing just right. Gotcha! That was 4 dudes.
Nice move, Spidey.
I always strive for efficiency in my superhero-ness.
Right. Anyway, take out any group of thugs you find in the same way. Catch them all with one swing kick. It's a beautiful thing, baby. Now come see me when you cleaned up these street corners.
Nice little action pose you did there, Peter. Okay. I'm always going to check to see if I can upgrade the web strike first, but I can't right now. So, what? Oh, we can get the tornado punch. Definitely get that. And I need to stop neglecting the black suit, so I already know what I'm going to do. We're getting the tendrils. Okay. Now, talk a little bit more about Traversal. So I already told you about the running start you can do to get into a web. But another thing you can do is, if you are standing still and you are near a building, if you just tap the web swing button, Peter will catapult himself directly into the air. And you can do it over and over again as long as there's buildings around him. And you can do this anywhere you want, as long as you just hold still and you just tap the swing button and there are buildings around. Another thing, I told you that Peter will attach to buildings and immediately go into a wall run or a pole swing if he holds down the left bumper. Like that. However, if you swing into a wall and hold down the jump button, he will stick right there. And he will not dismount until you let go of the button. And you can pick what direction he dismounts from. So, those are things that the game
You back already?
doesn't even tell you, as far as I remember. So that's just
Hey,
stuff that you
Spike,
should
You have definitely
keep
made
in the
an
back of your
impact.
mind when you're playing this game.
That's
It
good
makes
to hear.
going around the city so
Yeah.
much easier.
So much so that now these gangs have brought out the heavy hitters.
By heavy, do you mean serious? Like in, oh, that's heavy, bro? Or heavy as in possessing a large mass? Like a fat guy?
Like Kingpin.
Does that even matter? Both, okay?
Okay, so I guess I should go knock them down to size, huh?
Does that even matter? Alright, let me check the timer one more time, because I think I have just enough time to do this last mission. Oh yeah, we're
You
golden.
back already? You'll be pleased to know that I heard from the leader of the Rolling Sevens.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Let me guess, he wants us to come over to his house and hang out and be friends.
Actually, he agreed to a parlay after I pointed out that you saved his scrawny butt and he needed to return the favor.
Hey, that's honorable at least.
Let me guess again.
He
You want
acknowledges
me
the
to
fact
set
that
up
he
a
owes
play
me.
date with the other gang leader.
You could put it that way. I wouldn't. Just find him. Tell him the other side agreed to come to the park tonight at sundown. No guns.
Sundown, eh? Well, you got it, Sheriff Luke. Deputy Spider-Man will get that rascally varmint.
Alright, so now we're going to be seeing some heavy dudes around here. Basically just bigger guys that carry bats and do heavier attacks. These gentlemen. And because they are bigger, they actually have counterattacks. Thankfully, I remembered the counter system. Because here's the crazy thing. The counters for web strikes are only really hard when doing the loop training. Most of the time, if an enemy is getting... Because here's the thing. If you try to... If your Spire Sense doesn't go off during a web strike, that obviously means they're getting ready to counter you. But here's the thing. When they are getting ready to counter you, I found it's super easy to just mash the square button just as you're closing in. Because I tell you, the counterpart of the web strike is only really difficult when you're fighting Luke Cage or during certain boss fights. Otherwise, it's not that bad. Ah, right. Forgot. Because once I do this, all the other side missions involving the gangs will become inaccessible to me. Because this mission is going to change the course of what these games are going to do. So, I'm actually going to take a few minutes, do a bunch of these little quests so I can get the XP points, and then I'm going to do this mission. So I'll be right back. Okay. I did all the side quests I was going to do today, because I could hardly find any civilians to rescue. And thug bashing is a side mission that'll come up frequently whenever you encounter a new enemy type. And they'll keep increasing the amount of thug bashings for that particular enemy type until you have to defeat 200. So, I didn't feel like going for the 200 one. And I did unlock a couple of black suit moves, so we're not going to just be seeing red suit stuff. Like for one, we got the tendrils, which allows Peter to pull a get over here. And I unlocked the follow-up where he does a web slam afterwards. Now you saw the ground version. The air version, he swings them around like a yo-yo before he throws them off. Okay, now that I have a couple more moves, I can do some of my suit switch combos. Not all of them, but I can do a few of them. In fact, let me show you what web striking with the black suit looks like. If I can activate his move. I can. I gotta unlock it to do it longer, but yeah, he literally turns their bodies into skateboards and grinds on them. And when you upgrade it, it does more damage and he grinds longer. I'm sure they wanted me to do the web strike there, but I was trying to think of something else cool. Oh, he's back. Okay. Damn.
What have we done to deserve this?
That was the end of
Well, I
that.
guess it all started when you decided to murder each other in
Oh,
front of the
you
hospital.
noticed it, but when you do the
That kinda
tendril
rubbed me the
grab,
wrong way.
if they're smaller enemies, Peter will pull them towards him, and then
And
it
you
will
hit back at
follow up.
them and so
If they're
on.
big enemies, Peter
Thing
will pull
is,
himself
they've
towards
agreed to a
them,
parlay.
and then
What are you talking
crash
about?
into their
I'm saying
bodies,
that you,
dealing
the leader
damage.
of the Rolling Sevens, and Mr. Cage are gonna have
So
a little
thankfully,
sit
every
down.
single one of your moves is
A little
effective
chat.
against any enemy type.
Agreed.
It's just
Yes, they did.
the
And I
damage they
suggest
do
you do
and
the
what
same,
effect they have on the
or
enemy
Mr.
will be
Cage,
different.
the police, and
So every
yours
move has
truly
its
are
purpose.
all gonna be your new best friends.
So, what's the plan?
Tonight, at sundown, in the park. Be there
Why is Peter
or
talking
be
like this?
square.
Be square. You from Queens or something?
Just show up or else.
The fact that he could immediately guess he was from Queens just from hearing how he talked is insane. But I think that's going to be it for me, guys. We have so much more to talk about with this. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Let's listen to this first.
Peter, where have you been? I was worried. The doctor told me Spider-Man was asking about you, young lady.
Well, there was this drive-by shooting just as your ambulance pulled up, and then one thing led to another, and...
Same old story.
But what about your arm? How come you're leaving the hospital already?
Miracles of modern medicine. A few titanium pins, a few painkillers. I'm good as new.
I was so scared this morning. Venom was choking me and you weren't moving. Maybe that explains it.
Explains what? Explains you turning into that other thing? That other version of you?
You saw that?
Yes, I saw it. Tell me it's gone, Peter. Tell me you don't have that black suit again.
Well, it's complicated.
You have it, don't you? You know what that does to you. You know how it can change you.
You know, it actually worked for me. At first. Maybe this time it's different.
I don't believe you. Get rid of it, Peter. Get rid of it and then I'll talk to you.
Come on, MJ. Venom is out there still. I have a feeling that something's changed. That something about the suit is different.
Yeah? Well, I have a feeling everything will be the same. Get rid of it. It's not who you are. Find me when you are yourself again.
All right, I have to go. I've got this whole saved all of Harlem by forcing a peace between two vicious gangs thing going on.
Okay, so before I end the video, I want to give a little context to why MJ feels so vitriol about Venom. And I've explained this in other videos before, but in case you didn't know, MJ has a deep-seated hatred for Venom because of something that happened back when Peter and MJ used to be married. During this time, Peter was wearing a cloth version of the symbiote. He had just gotten rid of it. Eddie came to Peter and MJ's home and made MJ think that he was Peter. And then when she, you know, acknowledged he was there, she thought it was him. And then Venom grew his giant Venom mouth with the teeth and his giant Venom eyes, and he scared the crap out of her. To the point where he didn't physically touch her or do anything. He just scared her and left. To the point when, by the time Peter got back to the house, MJ was crying and trembling in fear in a corner. Like, she was that terrified. She didn't move. And when she saw Peter, mind you, he was wearing a black suit, so she immediately assumed it was Venom. And she was so terrified that she was weakly asking if it was Peter. And he had to take off the mask, prove it to her. And like I said, she was literally bawling. And after that experience, she begged him to burn the black costume that he made for himself, because she associates that costume with home invasion now. So I'm pretty sure in that very same issue, Peter burns the cloth version that he made. Oh my god, the camera's going weird. And then it didn't matter because... And then, you know, MJ later revealed that, yeah, I still had a red and blue version of your costume already stitched up and ready for you. So, you know, burning the black one didn't matter. But that is why she hates Venom so much. Which... It was just a synonymous moment for her character that is always fresh in my mind. And that's why it always angers me. Because clearly the writers didn't remember that moment because they made her attached to the symbiote now. I don't even know if the symbiote even acknowledged that incident from the comic. I hope it did. I hope there's an explanation as to why she's suddenly onto it, or why she's suddenly on board with having the symbiote around, but I digress. I think that's why she has such a hatred for the symbiote in this continuity. We don't get an explanation as to why that is. That's just my interpretation of what could possibly be it. But now that that's over, I'm done for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're all gonna go see the movie. It was a great time. As always, I appreciate all the love and support. Take care of yourselves, stay cool, and I'll see you all next week with more Web of Shadows. Later.